This is a topic that's not an Algebra 2 standard, but it's definitely something that you'll see on the ACT, so it's worth mentioning. If we were in the Algebra 2 textbook, it would be in Chapter 4. A matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers in rows and columns. So you've probably seen a matrix before. It would look something like this. I'm going to call this matrix A. So this is matrix A. Matrix A has dimensions. The dimensions are the rows times the columns. So I would say this one has 2 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. So this is a 2 by 3 matrix. Each one of these spots in a matrix is called an element. So for instance, this spot right here would be row 1, column 1. This would be row 2, column 1. So if I asked you in matrix A to find 2, 3, what I would be saying is go to matrix A, find row 2, and spot 3. So row 2, spot 3, I would say A, 2, 3 is 5. If I asked you to find A, 1, 1, row 1, column 1 would be 2. So that's how you find elements of a matrix. Let's talk about adding and subtracting. When you add or subtract matrices, they must have the same dimensions. For instance, I'm going to add this 3 by 1 and another 3 by 1. So this is 3 rows, 1 column, 3 rows, 1 column. They're the same, so I can add them together. And when you do that, you just add the like spots. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Negative 4 plus 0 is negative 4, and 7 plus 3 is 10. So if you add a 3 by 1 and a 3 by 1, your answer should be a 3 by 1. Let's do a subtraction problem. So I'm going to have a 2 by 2, and I want to subtract a 2 by 2. So again, on this one, this is a subtraction problem, and I can subtract them because they're the same dimensions. So I'm going to do this spot, subtract this spot. So 8 subtract 2 is 6. 4 subtract 6 is negative 2. 3 subtract negative 7 becomes plus 7, 10. And 0 subtract negative 1 becomes 0 plus 1, which is 1. If I had something like a 2 by 2, and I wanted to add a 1, or a 2 by 1, whoops, I messed up on how I wrote that. I could not even add this, because these have to be the same dimensions. I don't have anything to add to the 0, so this one would be not possible. Do one last thing on this video. Let's talk about scalar multiplication. So it would be written something like this. Scalar multiplication. So that would be if I had a number on the outside of a matrix. A number on the outside of a matrix means exactly what the number outside of a parenthesis means. It means to multiply. So I'm going to take 3 times every element inside this matrix. So my answer would be 12, 3, 0, 21, because I just take 3 times each spot. So let's do one that's a little more involved. I have matrix A, which is 7, -7, -1, 3. And matrix B, which is 2, -5, -4, -6. And what I want to try to find is 2A plus 3B. So I'm going to have 2 times matrix A and add 3 times matrix B. So this matrix would be 14, -2, -14, and 6. And I'm going to add the next matrices. And I can't add those because they're the same dimensions. So 14 plus 6 is 20. -2 plus -15 is -17. -14 plus -12 is -26. And 6 and -18 is -12.